y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Candice and this is Everything Beauty with Candice B. So today is the first Wednesday in February, which also means that it is Black History Month. And in honor of celebrating my people, we're going to be talking about my favorite top 5 Black-owned makeup brands. So in this video, I'll give you guys some information about these brands, let you know what my favorite products are, and by the end of this video, hopefully I put y'all on to something new. A quick disclaimer now, while we all know and love Fenty Beauty, she's not on this list. That doesn't mean I don't love her. I do. But when we're looking at it, technically she does own 50%. She shares another half with the huge conglomerate LVMH. So it's not entirely Black owned. And plus, I just want to give some other brands a chance to really shine in this video. We all know I love Fenty Beauty. So I just wanted to let y'all know that before. Fenty Beauty is not on this list. So if y'all want to know what my top 5 is, let's go. So the first brand on the list and number 5 is Juvia's Place. So Juvia's Place was launched in 2016 by the founder Chi Chi Uburu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But the name Juvia's Place comes from her kids' names. So she has a son named Juwa, so the Jew, and then her daughter's name is Olivia, the Via, so Juvia's Place. Like many other African American women, Chi Chi struggled with finding makeup that matched her skin tone or finding makeup that was pigmented enough to show up on her skin. So she launched Juvia's Place, and the first product that she launched was the Nubian palette, which was a super pigmented eyeshadow palette. Since the launch of her palette, she's launched so many different products, from foundations to concealers, setting powders, pretty much everything that you need to do a full face. And her brand has really grown over the last, 7 years. Her brand is affordable and you can find it in Ulta, which is a huge accomplishment because not a lot of brands can get into these brick and mortar stores. One of my favorite products from the brand are the bronzers because they go so deep and they're so pigmented. I love wearing those. And she also has a new foundation that I'm hoping to try out real soon. I just have so many other ones that I gotta get through. But I might go ahead and scoop it up because her prices are so affordable. And she also has tons and tons of sales. So some of the things that I would like to see from her brand though is she has just about everything for a full face, but she's missing a setting spray, which if you looked at how fast this brand has grown, I know it's going to be coming really soon, but I would love to have a setting spray from her. And also look into doing like the tools, like having makeup brushes and sponges. I would love for her to launch those as well so that you can really truly do a full face of Juvia's Place. Last year she pivoted and went into like skincare, which was great because we were all wearing masks this year. But now as the masks start to go away more and more, I would like to see her bring out some more makeup products. And I'm excited to see what else she comes out with this year. So number 4 on the list is another affordable drugstore brand that I just found out was not always Black owned. It's been around since 1994 and it was acquired in 2019. So Black Opal. Black Opal Cosmetics was founded in 1994 by Greek American Nico Munieris. I hope I pronounced that too, these names, but Nico launched this brand because his wife Carol couldn't find certain products for her skin tone, and looking at her pictures, I think Carol might have been Black. But he made this brand geared towards women of all shades and all colors, which I can definitely appreciate because back in the day, that cream to powder foundation and beautiful bronze was my girl. When I could not find any other foundation that would not make me look like a Oompa Loompa or make me look super red, Black Opal was there for me. But in 2019, it was acquired by 2 Black Harvard graduates, Desiree Rogers and Cheryl Mayberry McKissick, officially making Black Opal Black owned. They also own Fashion Fair, by the way. So some of the good things that I love about this brand is that it's super affordable. It is a drugstore brand. It's available in Ulta and none of their products are over $20. Their shadows are super pigmented and like I said, I love their foundations. Beautiful Bronze may be a little bit too dark for me now. I forget the shade that I'm in now, but I love their foundations. One of the things that I would like to see from them is They're sold on Ulta.com, but they're not in Ulta stores. So I would like to see these products physically in the stores so that I can go and test it out a little bit more and be able to play with it and just be able to have access to it right away instead of waiting or purchasing it online and then waiting for it to come. Just because I'm a little bit impatient. I'm sure our new CEO and president has huge things in store for them, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they also have coming for the new year. So number 3 is a brand that comes from the most influential makeup artist in the world. Pat McGrath Labs was launched in 2015 by UK-born Pat McGrath. She started as a makeup artist working for Vogue, and then also worked with some huge designers like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. And then in 2015, she eventually launched her own brand, and it's actually a luxury high-end brand that is available in Sephora. And in 2019, it became a billion-dollar company. All of her products are super high quality, and she's really known for like her shimmer eyeshadows and her highlighters. She always comes out with tons of those products every year. And my favorite product from her is the under eye concealer. Those concealers are just girl. But one thing I would love to see from Auntie Pat is an all matte palette. All of her volumes of eyeshadow palettes always have like a duochrome, like a glitter topper, lots of shimmer eyeshadows because that's what she's known for. But her matte shadows are always beautiful, and I would love to see an all matte palette from her. So if you ever see this, Auntie Pat, please give me an all matte palette. That's what I'm looking for. I need it. I need it bad. Next up, Mented Cosmetics. So Mented was launched in 2017 by 2 women, AJ Miller and Amanda E. Johnson. They are both Harvard graduates, and they also saw like a need in the market for women of color, black women. Whereas like when you go to the stores and you buy nude lipstick, it's always like very, very bright, and it doesn't always work for women of like my shade or darker. So they started with creating nude lipsticks for every skin tone, and that was their thing. So the name Mented is short for Pigmented. This is another mid-tier brand. I would also say it leans more towards the affordable side of things as well, because their products aren't too like crazy high. It's pretty affordable in my opinion, and they're available at Ulta. I have just about everything that they've ever launched because I am such a huge fan of Mented Cosmetics. I think my favorite products from them are their eyeshadow palettes. So they have 2. So they had the Everyday palette, which was the small square one, and then the Every Night palette, which I tend to use the Every Night one because it has more of a variety of shades. But both palettes are pretty neutral palettes, super pigmented, and they just blend like butter. Their lip glosses are also really nice too. The one thing that they didn't have for a long time, which I just checked on my phone and realized they launched it and now I gotta go buy it, is concealers. So for the longest time, they had those foundation sticks. But if you wanted like a concealer shade or like a lighter shade for under your eyes, you would have to buy 2 foundation sticks and then just use the lighter one as your concealer, which isn't really my thing. I prefer a liquid lipstick. I prefer a liquid concealer. And it looks like they just launched it, so now I gotta head to this website and go pick that up. So concealer was actually gonna be on the list of things that I wanted to see from the brand, but they already bringing it to me. The next thing that I want to see from them is a liquid foundation. So like, I'm not a huge fan of stick foundations. It's just not my thing. They tend to feel a little bit greasy. But their shade, I use the shade T30, and when I put it on, it matches my skin perfectly. I do love the foundation. But I do like a liquid foundation, so I'm hoping that they would expand their products and do a liquid foundation. And I know y'all know that I love neutral palettes, but I'd like to see a colorful palette from them as well, especially with them and how they make all of their products really pigmented. I know a colorful eyeshadow palette would just be popping from Mented Cosmetics. So those are some of the things that I would like to see from Mented, but it's one of my favorite brands. I have so many products from them. It's not even funny. So now moving on to the top one of my favorite brands, and if y'all been watching my channel, I feel like you guys already know what I'm about to say because I'm wearing the lipstick today. But my top favorite black owned makeup brand is Beauty Bakerie. So Beauty Bakerie was launched in 2011. The founder's name is Cashmere Nicole Carrillo, and she launched it out of her house in San Diego. I first discovered the brand in 2016. I was going to the Beyonce concert. It was the Formation tour, and my bestie was like, you need to try this new lipstick. It's called a Lip Whip. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And I tried it on in the shade Cranberry Stiletto. Today, I'm wearing the shade Mon Cherie. But I tried that on, and it stayed on all throughout that Beyonce concert, even when I was eating and drinking, and my lips stayed put. If I have a picture, I'm going to put it up right here. But I was hooked from there. Once she showed me that lipstick, and it stayed on like it did, and at the time, I think I had braces, so I hated getting like lipstick on my teeth. I was just like, I gotta have every single shade. So I went on the website, I purchased pretty much every shade that she had at the time, and I just been a Beauty Bakerie fan ever since. For the longest time, it was an online only brand, and I remember when she launched her first foundation. It's discontinued now, but when she launched her first one, it was hard to figure out like what shades you would need without trying it in person. And I remember purchasing one shade and was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And when it came in the mail, she actually gave me that shade plus the next shade darker or lighter, the next shade lighter. And from there, I was like, this is amazing customer service. I felt like she really cared about her customers and like wanting them to have the right shade of foundation. And from there, I was like, I am a fan for life. So Cashmere, the owner, she's been through some things. You know, she did have breast cancer, and even while she was going through the treatments and all of that, she was still working on her brand. I mean, she is definitely an example of perseverance and just really pushing through. She was able to secure all kinds of funding for her brand, and if you look at her products, down to her packaging, it's all on brand. So the name Beauty Bakerie, all of her products have like really cute bakery names. The packaging always looks like super cute. So the setting powders look like little flower bags. Her foundation name is, I think, Cake Mix or something, or was that the first one? That was the first one. The second foundation's name was Instabake. And I mean, y'all, her branding is just always on point. Her products are always super pigmented. And if you didn't notice, that was a theme for all of these black-owned brands in this video, was pigment. You know, being able to show up on someone of my skin tone or darker's face and still look really good without having to use, you know, a white concealer for eyeshadows or having to look orange or yellow and have to try and correct that. That just does not make sense. So I'm so grateful for all of these brands. But back to Beauty Bakerie. She's available, or the brand is available in Ulta, Target, and CVS. That is growth from being just an online only brand. One of the things I would love to see from this brand is for her to bring back her brow products. So she used to have like this brow gel that was in a pot. It was similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills the dip brow. So theirs was called Brownies. See, super cute. And they discontinued it. So I would like to see her go back to figuring out like what products is she missing in order to do a full face, because I think she pretty much has everything else. So yeah, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this short history lesson and hearing about what my top 5 black owned makeup brands were. What are some of y'all's black owned brands that y'all really love? Let me know down below in the comments. If y'all made it all the way to the end of this video, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit those notification bells so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.